Disney's Maleficent. You think you know her. I thought I knew her. But after digging and mining through, here in the pond, we have discovered something. There's more to her than meets the eye. Maleficent is probably the Walt Disney Company's first true iceberg character. And this is the start to show you why. Hello, and welcome to this part of the pond, where it's the bullfrog and the one, the only, Newt.
Face reveal at 100,000 subscribers.
It's the best incentive we have. Help us just because. Well, now we have that joke aside. And those of you who are passing by through the internet, you're kind of curious. What are you guys up to? Well, we're trying to find Disney's darkest villain. Who's the best? And we're doing this not by opinion, not by a poll. We're doing it through a formula. The basics is this. There's an essay side and a mathematical side. But if you want more details into that, please check this video out. It helps you understand a bit more of the formula and our base that we have. But now we have that out of the way, we are stepping into one of Disney's iconic Disney villains, Maleficent. And through our formula, we begin with the design. But we just remembered something. We have a green screen. So for Disney's biggest, baddest villain, we remembered we have a green screen. So we're going to go through her design through that. So come on, let's try her out. So, we're now on the green screen for this debut of analyzing Disney villains with their interacting. And I had to ditch the pineapple because there's some green in it. And we want to see me. Hopefully. But if you want to go into design, we have to go to design. And one of the first things we see that catches our eye with Maleficent is the purple line. Sounds silly, but it's kind of true. She has no shape, really. She's almost like a pool of ink, it being poured and it being spread. The only thing that's very dominant about her is the purple. It's the brightest color of her. And as you can tell, it catches you. You recognize that the most. The black, yeah, but it's mainly the purple. And there's no shape or fold to it. And you add the fact that we don't know what she looks like. And she is very counter to the entire film with this design. Take a look at the other characters. Look at the three good fairies. They have shapes. And the three good fairies have their sigils or symbols are literal shapes. Maleficent has no shape. She's a counter to the film. We'll get more philosophical later, but pay attention, it's going to get interesting. So, with her colors, the next thing that we really recognize, and the only thing that helps us see that there's a person there, is her face and hands. And one of her hands has that huge ring. So it's kind of hiding the fact, this is the only thing you can see, but there's less of her there. It's constantly a theme of less of Maleficent. So there's basically a hand and a half a hand. And the next thing we could really analyze and talk about is her face. And it's all angled up, I know, but let's admit it, it's kind of attractive. Look, I have no shame. And Markiplier is with me on that board after what he did. Well, anyways, it's a very attractive face. But yet, it's not normal because of the horns. So you see, okay, it's attractive, and then there's that unnatural part of her. She's not meant to be normal. And when you talk design, you have to, of course, talk about the voice actors. And I need to turn on my phone so we can see it's Eleanor Audley. Why am I not surprised? The last Disney villain that was for this level of complication was Lady Tremaine, also voiced by Eleanor Audley. And since she voices two characters, we kind of have to compare their acting performance. So we can tell if this hurts or helps the design. And to Audley being good, these two don't sound the same. Through the level of personality and presence. We'll get to presence later, but we're more talking about the voice actress. Because when she's Lady Tremaine, there is an elegance, but more of a whip to her.
Hold your tongue.
Because with Maleficent, there is no whip. It's more like a shotgun spread shot or a flamethrower. It's not the sense of accuracy, it's the sense of nature force coming at you. You see it when she is mad. And this action, this tone, is when she is really fully moving. And when she moves, when she's pissed off, you see it is movement, but it's very constrained. But yet when you hear that twang and fierceness, it's not that whip of Tremaine. It's more,
And what about the town, the forests, the mountains?
she's being very aggressive. And face it, as a kid, I thought that was kind of intimidating. As an adult, you go, wow, she's pissed. It's obvious. She's being blunt. She's being a shotgun, a flamethrower. Very unlike Lady Tremaine. And I love the audio that they did. She has this accent. Not the sense of a British or American or upper class, though she has that upper class feel to her voice. But with Maleficent, her accent is this audio turning, where they gave it an echo. It's like wherever she is, she has this accent. And this accent is not right. I'm talking and I'm outside, and yet I still have an echo. Wherever I go in this castle, there's an echo. I'm surrounded by wood in a castle tower, and yet I still have that echo.
You poor simple fools.
I am not meant to be natural. You hear that with her. That's her real theme in her design, her human design. But she's part of the very few that have two forms, human, and then we get to El Dragante. Fiery. Bad pun, I know, but I don't care. No shame. When she's in dragon form, this is probably Maleficent at her most animated. We'll get to philosophy later. Oh, heck with it. Let's do it. Maleficent is very counter to everything in the movie. She's very lacking movement. She is not meant to sound natural. She has no shape. She's not meant to move as much. So when she is gonna move, when she's gonna be the most animated, she cannot be human. She has to be a dragon. She's not gonna fight Philip one-on-one, throwing spells. She becomes a dragon. I'm gonna interact with you physically. And through all the powers of hell, I'll do it. And I become a dragon. This is her at her most movement. It has to be unnatural. And her sound, her jaw sound, we talked about it in her prologue, and we'll take that bit right here too, because her jaw doesn't sound normal. When you look, here's the Jaws clip. Do it, Newt. Understand? A dragon doesn't sound like that. She's not meant to be normal. She's not meant to be part of this world. She is unnatural. And what makes her even more unnatural is what we talk about in the prologue. And we'll go through this a lot, but the prologue goes more in deeper detail. But this is just the foundation, and we'll show off the foundation throughout Maleficent's clips. And we're showing off here. The music of Sleeping Beauty is unoriginal because it's from Sleeping Beauty, the ballet. And Walt Disney wanted his... Okay, sorry people. This is a huge subject. Maleficent is a big character. And 7-Eleven saved me. If you want to know what the crap we're talking about of this off-subject bit, go to these bits. It's creepy. 7-Eleven saved me. But besides the point, we're not going to go to here. Well, she is in this movie. No, we're not going to go there. No, let's stick to something safer. Maleficent. The music of Sleeping Beauty is from Sleeping Beauty. The Disney used the music from the ballet, and when you listen to the music of the animated Disney Sleeping Beauty, you can find where they took the music from the ballet, and it's very interesting. It actually opens the animated movie a bit more prominently with the dragon. Why? This music. Listen to it.
Up this way!
And probably more prominent one is when Cabrosa infiltrates the castle and tricks Aurora to prick her finger. That's right, the princess's name from Sleeping Beauty and Sleeping Beauty is still Aurora. Whether you're from the animated or ballet, it's the same. Music is also the same. Disney is tying these two. And these songs of pricking her finger and her around the time when she's laying the curse. Well, not around, but before that, when she's entering in, showing off I'm evil. So, musically, I'm showing that I'm evil. Musically, this is me at my worst in the ballet. In animation, with the dragon, this is her at her most iconic. Transforming into a dragon, saying the first swear word in Disney history. Hell! Cabrosa at her worst is Maleficent at her best. Basically, both meaning the same thing. Which puts this in a more deeper perspective. Most of the ballets, not all, but most of them, the character Cabrosa is very limited in her movement, like it is in the animated picture. So you can see there's more marriage to here. And hearing the music and realizing the inflection of how you have to use ballet and the animation to really see Maleficent. They're showing off, it's just evil. And they do it well, and they construct it well. So for design, look, it's obvious. You know it, I know it, Newt knows it, Yellow Dog knows it. Her design is a 4. Maleficent is a very, very complicated character because we have to use moments from the ballet to see that Maleficent is actually a bigger character to analyze. And this is her design. So when we get to her presence, her power, her henchmen, and the acts of villainy, we have to listen to the music and see if this changes Maleficent or not. That's going to be our future videos. We probably won't have to be as individualistic as we have to be with design. But we can probably bundle them, so we won't make Maleficent as long, but she'll probably still be as long as Lady Tremaine. Hopefully not, but this is complicated. This movie is far more interesting, people. I highly recommend watching it. And there's more to hear than you realize. And until next time, this is the Bullfrog and the Newt signing out. Oh my goodness, people. This is going to be interesting. And what do you think of this? Green screen, huh? We can interact with the designs. We could do...
Newt!